Yo, Pablo, it's Goody. I'm outside. I'm here.
Okay, call me.
All right. I have this project coming out in February. It's all conceptual in the way of, this one's a bit more in the lyrics rather than the music. I feel like the underlining concept of all my stuff's like nostalgia and growing up, and the storytelling always is more impactful than, you know, someone being like, and breaking it down. I've gotten way more out of Jack Kerouac or something than I might out of like a self-help book.
Yeah, well, of course. What stuff have you started listening to that you perhaps wouldn't think that you would have listened to before?
You know, when I was like a little kid, I was really into Blink-182. It meant so much when I made the song with them and stuff, and I was really into My Chemical Romance when I was like 5 years old.
Interesting.
So then when I was like 9 and I was like really in the internet, I'd be like, okay, who'd they listen to? I like going back to like the root. I do a lot of passive listening, but definitely since we're all locked inside and stuff, I do very like attentive listening.
Yeah.
You know, one of my biggest challenges when I'm producing is like I could hear it in my head and I'm like biting my nails, going crazy, trying to figure out how to bring it to fruition.
Yeah,
so
the eternal struggle.
Yeah, so it sounds just how it felt in my head. As you know, like I'm the #1 fan of the Lumineers.
Right.
The title track, Cleopatra, is really amazing, and that reminds me of Shakespeare, and you're a big Shakespeare fan. What do you think draws you to that, coming from someone who feels that is so foreign?
Shakespeare goes all the way back to, you know, Greek tragedy, and that goes back to Homer. The Greeks, knowing they couldn't do Homer, so they had to come up with a new form of literature. And he's fascinated by this idea of how one person's mind can lead into a change of judicial order for all.
It's funny that you put it that way, because I think the best art, especially what I'm drawn to, you know, funny representations of the human condition and just perspectives you wouldn't normally see. So what inspires you from all that to like convey that through your lyrics?
Homer is the first time in all of human existence that a group of people had common literature to reflect upon. And what that did was it allowed us to examine our behavior and try and become better.
I just feel like we always, you know, from the jump had the same understanding and views and stuff that separated us from other people.
Those days when we first met were funny because everything was still in front of us. We've obviously done so many things since then. I've always just been very dedicated to the intellectual pursuits and trying to make better things. And that's definitely been the supreme driving force in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.